And that's Benny J performing for us live here on the show on this Good Friday. Plenty of good music still ahead on the show. You've got to stay with us. The death of Christ is what we're marking. We're not mourning though, because it's all excitement. The death of Christ represents joy for us Christians, and it makes it gives us a lot of hope as well. Now, though, we have to bring you the review. I did mention to you no newspapers today, obviously, because it's Good Friday. It's a holiday, so we're going to go online. We'll start from home, myjoyonline.com. We will also bring you the stories on graphiconline.com. So here we go. Here's what's on My Joy Online. Rastafarian student denying enrollment by Achimota School sues wants court to order school to admit him. And this happened yesterday, so details of that on our page. This is a human rights court, by the way. That's where this action is taking place. Speaker's acceptance of Ablakwa's resignation from appointment committee incorrect. So that's a lawyer, Baka Vomawo, making his views known on the constitutionality of the action taken by Ablakwa by way of his resignation, and subsequently the Speaker's acceptance of that resignation from the appointments committee. Ablakwa's resignation, not a vote of no confidence in NDC. This is Muntaka Mubarak's opinion on that. Make gender minister a cabinet member. That's a CSJ fellow making that advocates there. Major parts of Kumasi to experience power outage until December. This was in our AM News. Story filed by Erastus Asari Donko. Police patrol in Ashanti region increases ahead of Easter festivities. Decline in Ghana's fishing sector worrying U.S. government official. Okudzeto Ablakwa's resignation from appointments committee in bad taste. So fallout from Ablakwa's resignation. Irate youth goes BSEC over alleged illegal mining activities at Donkrom Kwanta. Details of that on myjoyonline.com. So this is how the page looks like by way of the main homepage and the headlines here. Let's check out what Graphic Online is also reporting today. These are the Bank of Ghana approved e-money issuers payment. Can we just go up so we can appreciate the headline there? Power outages to affect Accra, Winneba, according to Gridco. Bank of Ghana joins Basel Group to set standards. Commercial flights at Ho Airport starts in 2 weeks. All prison inmates presented for 2020 BCE score 100%. Shall we open the story up a bit so we can read a lot more of that? Really like it. All prison inmates presented for the 2020 BEC, they all scored 100%. We'll open the story up in a little bit so we can appreciate it. So here we go. Let's go down a bit. We've got the Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, a picture of him, Mr. Patrick Dako Missa. But all 25 inmates of the Senior Correctional Center presented for the 2020 Basic Education Certificate Examination have successfully passed. The Senior Correctional Center, formerly known as the Bostel Institute, is the only juvenile male facility in Ghana under the management of the Ghana Prisons Service. 21 of them have secured placement in various senior high technical schools across the country, with the remaining 4 pending placement. Out of the number, 14 are still in custody, while the remaining 11 have gone on discharge. And here's a related development. All 3 inmates of the Nsawa Medium Security Prison who sat for the NOVDEC 2020 BC have also passed, with aggregates ranging from 10 to 14. That's fantastic. One of them has since gone on discharge, while the other 2 who are still in custody have been enrolled into the senior high school program of the Nsawa Prison Senior High School. This, I guess, refreshing news on a day like this. The fact that you're in prison doesn't mean that it has all ended for you. So hopefully we can have a larger number sits for this year BECE. We keep our fingers crossed. But let's see if we can get to other headlines. The prison story, ABF Husseini, party can't choose leaders for us. with confidence in Haruna. So there are many who have said, because of all the issues coming out of Parliament, that the NDC in Parliament is in a bit of crisis. People are having their say, and of course we heard from the party angle, some suggesting, by the way, I guess we can emphatically say that the party is considering making changes in its leadership in Parliament. But ABF Hussaini says party can't choose leaders for them, and they've got confidence in their leadership. All right, plenty other stories here on the page. Haruna Idrisu, by the way, has not commented on Ablakwa's resignation. Package regions to stimulate participation in development, NALAG tells regional ministers. And this 4 majority MPs initiate counter motion into election interferences. All right, that's it for Graphic Online as well. We can do international. We'll do the BBC. We will do the Africa page and also the main international page as well. So here we go with what's happening. I guess by way of Africa. Is this Africa first? Or is this the main page? Okay, so let's just go up and check out the Floyd story. But this is something that has happened. At least 34 killed as train derails in Taiwan. Dozens more are still trapped in what is feared to be the island's worst rail disaster in decades. That's certainly a very sad one. But this is a continuing story. Floyd had no pulse when paramedics arrived. This is the trial of George Floyd. Of course, this made huge headlines in the entire world. Remember when a police officer knelt on a man who had been arrested and who couldn't breathe for 9 minutes. Well, the court is handling that matter now, and people are coming forward to testify. There was a paramedic who appeared in court who gave his testimony, and there was a questioning as to what he was communicating to the police officer. Well, he's no longer a police officer. I think he's been sacked from the service. All right, so for many of us, a white police officer kneeling on the neck of an African-American man for about 9 minutes, leading to his death, caused a lot of outrage. But now you see how the trial is going. There is also an addiction angle, a drugs angle that's also being talked about in court. So we will be following the story closely for those of you who are interested in this Minneapolis court's trial. Also on the page, though, I think we can move to the Africa page so that we can relate a lot more to some of the stories on the BBC. So we've done the George Floyd story. We've also talked about the derailment, the Taiwan train derailment. Can we do the main African page of the BBC before we wrap up this segment? We'll bring you sports also here on the AM show. So here we go. The story about the dozens more are still trapped in what is feared to be the worst derailment in terms of the Taiwan case. But here's the Africa page. Evidence suggests Ethiopian military behind massacre. It's a BBC Africa Eye investigation piece. They say they've uncovered evidence the Ethiopian military massacred an armed man in Tigray. So details of that there on the page. Top UN refugee agency official in Ethiopia replaced, and this has raised concern about his views on Tigray conflict, sources tell BBC. Okay, all right, so details there. Doctors stage mass strike in Nigeria. They say they are underpaid, lack inadequate facilities and vital protective equipment. Plus, okay, well, they're just saying they've got more stories. But I guess for us in Ghana, this is a story that hits home. This Nigerian story in terms of the strike, because the doctors say they are underpaid, they lack inadequate facilities and vital protective equipments. Okay, so if you're interested in any of the stories that you've heard me talk about, you know where to go. But that's it for the review on a holiday like this when we don't have local papers to review. It's a happy birthday to Patience Obeying Nanayao of Bomso Church of Christ. It's from a call Sam and family. Your children, Anita, Brent, Princess, Jocelyn, and Jason. A happy birthday to you. Esther Ann, it's also your birthday, but I'll come back and do a special shout out to you.